Ibrahim Traore,
Yeah.
definitely I have heard about him. I
Yeah.
have seen a lot about him,
Yeah.
and I think he's a stern administrator
Yeah.
and leader.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they just place 1 million security men around him if he stands for what he does
But
exactly.
the countrymen are protecting him. I don't know whether you saw that.
I hope. The problem with Africans is one:
Yeah.
when money comes in.
My today's question is,
Yes.
what do you know about Burkina Faso as a country and their president, Ibrahim Traore?
Ibrahim Traore,
Yeah.
definitely I have heard about him. I
Yeah.
have seen a lot about him,
Yeah.
and I think what I know about him is that people say he is a reincarnation of Thomas Sankara,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And I think he's a stern administrator
Yeah.
and leader.
Yeah.
And I do not know, because I do not know if I can trust that, because there is something called PR.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure,
Yeah.
because when you look at PR, if you listen to somebody called Vusi Thembakwayo, he usually says PR is a son of propaganda. Like, it's just a positive way of saying, how can we influence the masses to talk about us positively in a positive way?
Yeah.
So if he is a great leader, then definitely somebody that Africa can count on. But relating to what has happened to previous great leaders before, I think recently Magufuli, back then Muammar Gaddafi,
Sankara.
I'm hoping they just place 1 million security men around him if he stands for what he does exactly.
But the countrymen are protecting him. I don't know whether you saw that.
I hope. The problem with Africans is one:
Yeah.
when money comes in. If Thomas Sankara, the friend, they betray,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, sure.
how sure are we?
Yeah.
Because definitely umse anaweza kuwa analipa masoja wake dopoa, inaweza kuwa even a million Kenyan shillings per month.
Yeah.
What if somebody comes and tells you we're going to pay you 10 times?
But
So
I think,
in general, for us Africans,
Yeah.
I hope that they have that Africanicity in them. Because
Yeah.
for that now, it's not just patriotism, it's for Africa. Because I think if he stands tall, he's
Yeah.
going to influence other African leaders to become good leaders.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we have also seen what he's doing for his country. Like, he reduced the salaries for MP and increased the salaries of civil servants. I think that tries to show him he's not for himself, but he's for the people. Huh? What do you think other African leaders can learn from that?
Can I comment on what you said about civil servants and MPs?
Sure.
Do you know MPs are civil servants?
Yeah, I know.
You
they
know.
are,
How
yeah.
sure are you that ilitolewa and it's not PR? I'm just thinking aloud because of what is happening.
It's
in
allowed.
many
It's
African
allowed to think
countries.
out of the box.
But what other African leaders can do, I think, since najua mko hapo kujibenefit, because definitely there's a huge chance pia mimi nikiwa hapo I'll benefit myself in one way or the other, being honest,
Yeah.
because we are not better than them. If ingekuwa story ya cast a stone if you have never done anything wrong, or if you are not going to do anything wrong, wengi wetu hatungetupa mawe. So generally what I think of them is, even if you're there fending for your family, for your generations, think of your country people.
Sure.
Think about them, because all presidents we've had before the current president,
Yeah.
there was speculation at every point that there is some looting going on.
Sure.
But those presidents have something to show. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, for African presidents, I think when I cross borders over to our country here next to the west, I think what African leaders are fooling their countrymen with is freedom. But ebu imagine uko na freedom,
Yeah.
but hapa hivi parliament, hapa hivi, because I drive a lot past there, kuna pothole,
Yeah.
lakini tuko na freedom. Ebu imagine, mi ni creative, to imagine kuna ambulance inakuja,
Yeah.
inapeleka mgonjwa high speed, hiyo pothole, papapap. What happens?
Yeah.
That's your country person,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Now I think it's just for them to think about the local man.
The local
Just think about them. Just put yourself in their shoes. If you call yourself a hustler, you once hustled, well and good, you're where you are
Yeah.
for the things you've done. There are many people who have the same ambition as you. I don't think they would get there and be just as bad. Because hata kama unakonga na pesa mingi, utapatana na a needy child atakuomba 10 bob.
Sure.
and you have maybe let's say $1 million in your account, mbona usimpatie hiyo 10 bob?
Yeah.
It's literally not even a tenth. It's 0.00000. So that's, think of your country people and just wasaidie tu kidogo.
All right.
Yeah.
We have seen that other Africans are really supporting and they are really backing up for Traoré. But we have not seen any African leader coming up and saying, this is our son and we are here to protect him. What do you think about other African leaders? Did they feel intimidated by this president, young president, for that cause?
Intimidated, they should, because he's now sort of a benchmark for all the citizens, because they're like, if you're not doing for us what Traoré is doing for his people, then you're out.
Yeah.
So they should feel intimidated. They have to feel intimidated. And I think for them is to just, if they want to stay longer in power, even if it's adding the terms, kindly also align to our terms and conditions.
Sure.
Yes.
Africa for Africans. Ibrahim Traore is not a Western puppet, of which other African countries are. What do you think about that?
He's not
Because we saw like he chased away like the French embassy and all, and changed so many things about the country.
He definitely is doing what African countries should do, because I think there's a point. Is it Jaramogi Oginga who wrote a book that said "Not yet Uhuru"? Did you know what he meant with that? What he meant was that whoever was in power was definitely giving a small percentage, or not even a small percentage, literally almost most of our output to the colonial masters. You know, we'll give you the freedom, we'll give you everything, we'll give you the technology, we'll give you the everything, but under one condition. If Kenya is a country that produces coffee per se or tea per se, we are going to sell the best quality of tea or coffee in Europe, not in Kenya. It's being processed. So what Ibrahim Traore did is, unajua ni aje, gold yetu ni yetu, nini yetu ni yetu. That's what he did. And if you think that is wrong, you should look for a clip for a certain woman who was an Italian vice president. She was saying that former French colonies send 50% of their output.
50%?
50% to the central bank in Paris.